All right, writers, welcome to your first writing lesson. Now, this is probably the 50th writing lesson, but the most important thing when you're writing a story is to make sure that the words breathe off of the pages and into the reader's mind, right? The words have to come alive. So, we're going to read this introduction to a little story that I made up. We're going to think about what an introduction is supposed to do and whether it's really doing its job well. Once upon a time, there were three brothers who were fishermen. The brothers decided to move to Australia because of the amazing fishing there. But a shark was there. The first brother built his boat out of a giant rock. The second brother built his boat out of bubble wrap. The third brother built his boat out of fish scales. Hmm. An introduction or a backstory is kind of supposed to give you a sense of who the characters are. So we know a little bit about them. We got a little action here. We don't know their names. We've got a little bit of description, and we have no dialogue. So one of the first things that you should learn when you write your stories is that you've got to have some dialogue. Dialogue is when characters talk to each other. Do you see any characters talking to each other in here? I don't. So let's take a look at this backstory now. Whoa, look at this whole thing here. Now, you might think this is a whole story, right? But it's not. This is actually the same as this. I just added a little bit more dialogue and I added a little bit more action and description. So let's see the difference between this introduction and this introduction. Once upon a time, there were three brothers who were fishermen. Their names were Bill, Bob, and Barn. Well, already we've got some names. See that? The brothers decided to move to Australia because of the amazing fishing there. But when they arrived, they found the water empty of boats. There's some more description. Aye, old Toothy has come back for the summer. Our fishing days are over for a while, mateys, exclaimed a fisherman standing on the beach. Toothy, he explained, was an especially nasty great white shark who was known throughout the coast to sing a little song to poor boatgoers just before he destroyed their boats and ate them. So now we're kind of introducing, right, the villain. The brothers knew they had to build strong boats to protect themselves, but they did not all have the same ideas. Bill, the oldest, decided to make his boat out of a giant rock. No shark will bite through this hole, he cried with a toothy grin. Bob, the middle brother, had a different idea. He created a boat out of bubble wrap. If I hear it popping, I will know the monster has arrived. Then I'll simply wrap him up like a holiday present. Barn, the youngest, decided to make his boat out of fish scales. His brothers looked at him incredulously as he finished the final touches. Fish scales, brother? Do you want to be eaten by the foul monster? They said. Don't worry, brothers. I have a plan, he said quietly. If for some reason your boats get destroyed, swim to mine as fast as you can. The two brothers laughed at the very thought of their brilliant boats not working, but they both agreed. So that is this introduction. In comparison to this, right, we can already tell it's a lot more, but it's also a lot better because this introduction has how much dialogue, how much talking? Yep, none. This introduction, the characters actually open their mouths and share parts of their personalities with you. So you can tell, right? We can also tell who the villain is here because there's a little bit of a backstory going on. Nothing there except for but a shark was there. And we even introduced this extra character, this captain, the fisherman standing on the beach. So, do you notice any differences between these two backstories? Writers, I wonder which one you would sink your teeth into, right? Hopefully you've learned a little bit about elaboration, adding more detail, and again, making your story breathe the words off the page into life.